They say there's no such thing as dumb questions, but I have one, I think. So you look at a scouting report, it says Darrell Wright's going to pump fake, Carl Landry's going to pump fake. Then you get in the game, and he still pump fakes the hell out of guys, and it works. How's that? Is that the speed of the game, or what happens there?
No, it's just, on this level, guys are able to trick you or use their strengths, plays that they've mastered, and you're caught up in the moment. You're defending the moment. And sometimes you get caught really not paying attention to, the scouting report. I remember years ago when I was playing, the guy with Washington had one move that he tricked people into every game. And we was in the locker room and saying, we'd bet nobody will fall for it. Sure enough, same move worked, and we'd be laughing about it. Even if he missed a shot, the fact that he caught somebody with that garbage move.
Okay. I won't ask you. You're not going to tell me.
Steve Colton. Jerry Curl and all.
Is it fair to say that, whatever holes or flaws on this team can really only be fixed by experience?
That would be fair. There are some things that can be fixed. With any team, we fixed some things by acquiring Carl Landry, Jarrett Jack. We fixed some things by acquiring the guys we got in the draft. But there's certain things that only experience, being true to the process, is going to help. And I keep on going back to Oklahoma City. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, they had to go through it. And they figured it out. And credit to their organization that they didn't panic and overreact. They stayed true to the process, and they got a championship caliber team and two, stars because of it.
You have a team that can score in the playoffs consistently against that kind of defense?
We can score against anybody. There's no doubt about that. We have so many weapons and so many different guys, and we pass the ball. I think for us, it's more of our defense. We can't let a bad shooting quarter affect us mentally, defensively, and that's what happens when you have a lot of great scores. Is that the more you shoot, the better you're shooting the ball, the better your defense becomes. And you have a lot of respect for guys like Jason Kidd that could impact the game without ever making a shot. Guys like Tony Allen, his game, his energy and his effort is not based on if he's making shots. His energy is based on, hey, my job is to get stops, create havoc, and that's going to help our team win. And I think as we go along, as we grow, as we mature, I think that's more what happens.
So you don't just have that. You got to get that. Like as a scorer, when you're not scoring, you got to get that.
Well, that's something that you learn over time. Like you can't, in every great scorer, whether you're a system scorer or just a natural scorer, you get frustrated if you're not making shots. But in order to take that next level, in order to really accomplish championships, division titles, consecutive playoffs, you have to win games when you're not shooting the ball well. You have to win games when you're shooting 39%, 41%, 37%. You have to be able to win those games because you didn't turn the ball over, you spread, everyone got open shots, and you stopped them from scoring.
It's the first time in a while. It's definitely infrequent where offense affected defense, and you could see guys disappointed and missing shots and dragging on defense.
Yeah, I talked about it in the huddle. It was one of the first times in a long time. Our offense affected us defensively. We were thinking about it. It zapped some of our energy, and we've come too far. We're past that stage. That shouldn't be a concern of ours, but unfortunately last night it was.
How do you get into Clay's head? He goes miss some shots that he's make, in his sleep. Some of them were big shots. How do you not let that bother him more than yesterday?
Well, a couple of ways. You talk to him about it. I'm not concerned about him missing shots. I know he's going to make them. You also continue to stay true to what you do. He's struggling. We set up a play where he's coming off a curl and catches, gets a wide open look. that's sending a message. I still believe in you, and it ain't gonna stop. And if I feel that way, you have nothing to worry about. And I just think he went back to his old self where missing shots really affected him. And we did it individually, but I thought he was probably the guy that played the starring role in that movie.
Do you agree with the adage, if you're not hitting from outside, you should get yourself to the rim?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Now, I don't think you should ever pass up shots. Like last night, Clay struggled, but he shot great shots. All night long, he had great shots. And that's where a great shooter gets frustrated, because you're like, I had the shots that I wanted. That being said, I would never have Clay pass up one of those shots that he had last night. That's not the mentality that you want to have, because in a playoff series, those things can kind of accumulate. You don't want him to go into the next game, miss his first open shot, and then not continue shooting it. It's like, no, shoot that shot every single time. But if there's a guy closing out on you, or if maybe if you're on the fast break, maybe you want to drive that one. Maybe you want to get to the paint and pump fake. Maybe if you're in the post, you want to drive. But keep shooting those open shots that are given to you.